Are we a different colour?
I was just thinking that, why am I significantly
So a bit better, is it?
Yeah, I'm not quite so.
So we're going to talk about our 3 things that you need for awesomeness. Yeah?
Yeah. Awesomeness.
So stay tuned.
Are we on the tape, are we?
We are on the tape.
You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us.
Before we get into Jen's sort of top couple of tips, which will be great for the ladies obviously, but also the guys that sort of watch the channel, give us a little bit about your background, because you're not like me. Like I trained when I was 15. I was skipping school to go home and get carbs because we did squats that night. You know, like for me, I was always in my fitness and my swimming and doing all that sort of stuff. But you weren't.
Yeah, no. Probably first started getting into a bit of fitness when I was probably around my mid-20s. But prior to that, I had no interest in school, didn't want to be involved in any sports teams, did absolutely everything I could think of to get out of PE. Yeah, played violin.
Yeah.
Did not have one sporting bone in my body, couldn't think of anything worse.
Things changed in your 20s.
Yeah, things changed in my 20s. I think at that sort of stage, that's when I was becoming a bit more aware of, I suppose, how I looked. I wasn't happy with my body, carrying a bit of excess weight, probably nearly 2 to 3 stone, and thought, right, now's the time I want to start doing something.
Well, the big thing for me here, I'm going to jump in because I remember a particular moment, which was, also we met. Jen was always very pretty and all the rest. It was very nice. Oh, this is very nice.
Weird.
But when we met, I remember Jen hated her arms, hated your legs, your bum. You didn't wear jeans.
Really, no.
I remember you didn't wear jeans.
I wasn't very happy with any of my body, really, to be honest.
Yeah. And the game changer for me, like at the time, Jen was going to the gym, we were doing a wee bit of PT with a guy in the gym,
Yeah.
doing the generic sort of talking about.
Usual.
Yeah, so what were you doing at that stage? What was your sort of...
I started off whenever I first went to the gym, I didn't have a personal trainer at all, and I just sort of did my own thing, and that involved pretty much 20 minutes on about 3 different types of cardio equipment. So I would have ran for 20 minutes, then maybe thought, oh, do the cross trainer 20 minutes, and then the bike.
I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors are memories, now the sun's gone down like a river.
All sort of,
couple of sit-ups.
yeah, and always finished with a nice set of crunches or two, because I thought that's what's going to give me this nice 6-pack. More crunches, planks,
1973 workout there.
and then wondered why I wasn't shredded.
So what does it take to be absolutely awesome?
Neil McTee.
Booked up. You're booked up as well. We're too busy. My online has space, you can get online. Right.
No, but probably one of the biggest things it would take be just training with intensity.
Part of it comes down to the fear of probably getting too bulky and too muscular and thinking they're going to look like Arnie. I've been trying to get too muscular for years, it doesn't happen.
Also probably a little fear of potentially injury. Sometimes
Injuries was always a
going a
fear.
bit higher, heavier weights.
I think as well, lack of knowledge for females, they're going in and think it's nearly enough. The thing is, like, your body doesn't care what you look like in a little black dress or in your gym kit or whatever. You have to force a bit of change, and I think females especially think that turning up is enough. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, yeah, just turn up. You're not going to PB every workout, you're not going to be a superhero, but if you want to force change, you need to train like you want to force change.
And one of the things that always sticks in my head that you said to me back in the early days was you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And a lot of women just don't push it to that next level when they're training. They never just quite take it that next step.
So we had intensity was our number one, yeah. Go big or go home. Beast mode, fucking wreck a place. No, you don't always have to go eye of the tiger, but some people don't even get out of bed in the gym, I think is the biggie. So if you want to force change, you need to push it a wee bit with your volume, your weight, sets, reps, whatever. Number 2. Food fear, I think we were talking about.
Yeah. I suppose the big thing, I think women in general are just scared of calories. Especially so many different people on Instagram or different calorie calculators you can use just spit out this magical number for weight loss for females, and it's often 1,200 calories.
It's either 1,200, 1,500, 1,800, whatever the.
Yeah.
It's like you literally, that's your gold, silver, bronze package of fat loss, isn't it?
But particularly, I notice women will come to me and say, "Oh, but I was told I shouldn't be eating 1,200 calories," and then they wonder why they can't train with intensity.
I think the big problem for when you do the 1,200 calories is you know, and again, there'll be certain people that it might be a requirement. You know, we're not, you know, there's always a context is king here.
Oh, totally.
But the problem when you go to the likes of the 1,200 is, yeah, you don't have the energy to train. You can't train hard. You can't train with intensity.
Like 1,200 calories is very different for your bikini contest athlete that's maybe in her last couple of weeks of diet when it's required and it's necessary. It's the only way to go. But 1,200 calories for Jane down the road that's just wanting to put on a little bit of muscle, lose a bit of body fat.
And she's got 3 kids and a job, and she's on her feet. She's got another part-time job.
Yeah, maybe doing 15,000 steps a day, you know, in her work. It's a very different thing.
The big thing with females as well is like they are not small men, which I think is always that thought process. And it's hard as a guy not to train women, like just small dudes. But one of the things I generally train a lot of men. Jen would take all girls pretty much, but
no men. Any men out there?
No men. Not allowed to train men. All right, stop the email. But girls don't realise that their body isn't a bank balance of in and out. It's a chemistry set. And guys can be a bit more in and out, calories in, calories out. There's the Seco thing works, but again, you have to understand it right, and a lot of people don't understand it right, and I've sort of talked about that in the Should You Count Calories video. But with girls, you know, they just think, oh, I'll just keep stripping down calories and I'll do more work. I'll strip down calories and I'll do more work. And hormonally, it's just hormone suicide, you know. Ends up your cortisol's through the roof, you know, your periods and stuff. You know, you're going to get into a couple of issues there if you're going crazy on being too obsessed with the calories in, calories out thing.
Totally. And another thing I've noticed at the moment, and again, it's a good thing in a way because girls or everyone in general is becoming aware of how important protein is. So they're understanding that you need protein for your recovery, you know, muscle growth, all that carry on. But then in the endeavour to try and up their protein, they're saying rather than increasing their overall calories, they're going, right, well, I'll take a wee bit away from my fats, I'll take a wee bit away from my carbs, but I'll keep my protein super high. Forgetting the importance, especially for women, our carbohydrates and our fats.
It's funny, like I remember being in Venice. We were in Venice and we did a food tour. I'll tell the story. So we were in Venice. And we did a food tour. And myself and Jen sitting there, and you had sauce in your eyebrows and all, and you were just eating.
I'm actually not messy either.
We were eating them, we had pints and we were drinking and all the rest of it. And I remember you were wearing a wee top, whatever, and the girl said to Jen, I would love to look like you, but I could not do your diet. And you're there like going,
shoveling it in.
What's my diet? And she says, oh, all that, you know, starving yourself and chicken and rice and all this sort of stuff. And Jen's in the middle of like necking wines and eating food. And it's funny the perception people have that if you're going to be in good shape, you're automatically a bit of a tit and you eat cardboard and you hate everything about life. I personally 100% can say I enjoy all of my meals. I don't eat food. I don't enjoy it. It's as simple as that.
Or the one that I guess get asked all the time: how are you so dedicated? How are you so dedicated to eating like that and training like that?
How are you so dedicated to eating meals that you enjoy all the time?
And working out in a way that you enjoy.
Yeah. How are you so dedicated to doing enjoyable stuff all the time? It makes no sense. That's the big mistake people make. Yeah, this is probably our massive post. So our massive thing is.
You got to
intensity.
Love what you do.
Yeah, they get the intensity wrong. If you want to force change and understand how to do that. Don't be afraid of food. Calories are important. They're, again, our body isn't a bank balance of just in and out. It's a chemistry set. There's a lot more stuff going on in there with hormones, cortisol, leptin and ghrelin and all these fancy things. But the third one, enjoyment. And enjoyment for me is the biggie. It's the big thing I try and instill when I'm coaching with my online guys and clients is you know, because everyone automatically assumes when you start with a PT, oh, you're going to give me a diet, you're going to give me this, that, and the other. No, in fact, PTs can't give diets, and they shouldn't give diets. Any food prescription should come from a dietitian. So what we always try and do with people is just, here's your food, okay, how do we make it more enjoyable but meet the requirements of the goals that you have set out, whether it's performance or body composition or health. You know.
And the same goes, I suppose, for your training too. You know, if I've maybe clients that come to me and they've never done any resistance training, but they maybe run 3 times a week, it's about saying, right, well, I still want you to do your running because that's what you really enjoy, but let's try and go for 2 sessions of resistance training, get you really loving that, and allowing you able to run safely.
There's a great saying, a bad coach gives people what they want, a good coach gives people what they need, and a great coach, I'm going to get it all in one go here, makes them want what they need. That's a 3.
Huh.
There you go. So yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for Jen for jumping in, laughing.
Thanks for
You
having
can make
me.
the dinner. Thank you very much.
Cottage pie.
While I stay out here, yeah, we're gonna have cottage pie for dinner because we love it and we train intensely today and we're not afraid of calories. Yeah. So thanks very much. And on the next video, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna edit this one because there's so many
I'll
outtakes
not be
and
allowed in
bloopers
it again, so.
that yeah, I think I might just close down YouTube. But like and subscribe just in case we happen to keep it open. So yeah, thanks.
Bye.